Hi everyone, good evening. Okay, now let me just see. I can see a lot of people um, here. I think who all joined? Looks like Afik, Akshay Kumar, Arvind, Ashok, Basavaraj, Patan Shetty. Hi sir. Bharat, Chetan. Hi Chetan. Chidanand. Hi Chidanand. Deva sahab. Good evening. Dheeraj, Dhirendra, Girish, Gujarat, Guraj, Kiran, Bakshi, Mahantesh, Milind. Great. I think lots of people. So I think if I start naming a lot of time it will take. So great. Hi. Yeah. So just thank you. And if you can just share, just I want to make sure now you are able to hear me clearly. Just please confirm. And you should be in a position to see me. Just confirm if you are able to see me clearly and hear me clearly. So just say yeah, clear. You can't hear the sound. Able to hear, right? Yeah, all clear. I think I don't know why for a few people are not. Maybe your mic is mute or something. Can you just check from your end? Can't see you. Few people say they can see me clearly. Some people say they can't see me. Sometimes you may have an internet issue because of that bandwidth. Probably you may not be in a position to see me. Okay, clear. Okay, thanks for that confirmation, everybody. And quickly now, before we start, I give you 30 seconds. Just mention about your experience and which field you belong to. Let's say 25 years in IT. Okay, so that is more than sufficient just to make sure that you will also come to know who all present in this webinar, so that for me also it will be helpful to know who all are the participants. It can be business owners, it can be consultants, it can be working professionals, it can be self-employed people. I don't know. Okay, so if you can, yes. Great, Vijay. Thanks for that sharing. And 25 years in electronics product development, and 12 Prashant, 12 years in experience in automotive mechanical design, R&D engineer. Bharat, Chetan, not able to see you. Chetan, most of the people are able to see it. Just check from your end, maybe camera and all those things, right? Yeah, I can see Rajesh, 30 years in home decoration, and Shankar, 9 years in manufacturing. Praveen, 3 years in working in automotive industry, business, computer hardware. Yeah. Yusuf, 14 years in business development. Wonderful. I think lots and lots of variety of people are joining today, and it's pretty exciting for me to give this webinar to you all. Wonderful. 30 years in civil engineering projects. Okay. Okay, Milind, chairman of consulting company. Fantastic. And I can see Mauli Topic. Okay. You own Mauli Auto Tech and have 10 years experience in mechanical. Fantastic. Thanks for that sharing. And I believe you know what kind of participants are there in this webinar. So that's the intent of this thing. I can see Arvind, 7 years experience in mechanical design. Fantastic. Okay, great. So I believe you are part of a quarantined people the way I am. So I think it is very fruitful for us to spare something like time like this and learn something, and you see whether you can adopt this on an immediate basis so that you become fearless to the great extent. So everybody is exploring what is that next can be done. Okay, so everybody is fearful now, there has to be some other ways. So this is also one of the opportunity for you to understand the different context altogether. Okay, so I'm just giving a little bit of a a brief here till people are joining here. That's why I'm just sharing all this information. So before I start the webinar, okay, now first of all, let me just really appreciate you for taking out time to understand what is new for you, and whatever I'm going to share today. Okay, so it is about using your own experience, be it a working professional, be it a business guy, be it a consultant, be it a self-owned this thing. Everybody has the potential to design the online program. Okay, now there is a way, there is a method, there is a lot of strategies, everything is there that I want to reveal it to you, and you can do this for yourself so that you can get into the next level and you can experiment on this. So this is the wonderful period you have today, my dear friends. Learn from it, act on it, so that you will literally appreciate about yourself. That's my guarantee to you, and that's my commitment, that you are going to learn something really important today. Okay, so having said that, now let me just set the context of the webinar so that it goes in a smoother manner. Okay, first of all, this might approximately take 45 minutes to 60 minutes. Okay, in that range, and plus or minus 5 minutes here and there. And you can take notes, because what I'm sharing is not a theory at all. Okay, whatever is experimented, what is proven, and that is working, that only I'm sharing to you people. Okay, now you may want to make a note of it, and you never know, that idea and that some kind of a hint, right, that can take you to the next level of your business, or anything that can happen here. Okay, now, and regarding the questions, okay, now when I'm explaining, there are a lot to explain, but I tried my level best to consolidate, in the shortest period of time, so that I can cater to all the variety of people. Okay, you may come across some questions during when I'm just going through the webinar. Okay, my suggestion would be, keep all those questions at the end of the session. Definitely I'm going to give you that opportunity to ask questions. And only reason is, if I keep on answering all the people who are present, so the objective of this webinar will not be successful. So that's the only intent of this thing. And I want to keep it as a little bit of an interactive, and sometimes I might ask you one questions here and there. So you are most of the people are experienced here, so I want some kind of a collaborative answers also from your end. Okay, so far clear with this intent of the webinar? So just confirm yes. Okay, so that I can start. Okay, fantastic. Thanks, Mahantesh. Brilliant. I think I can see a lot of yeses here. Now, before I start, now I want to share this screen. I want to confirm whether you will be able to see my PPT slide or not. Okay. Just a minute. I'm just sharing my PPT. Yes. Okay. So please confirm me whether you are able to. 1 second. I think it's trying to upload something. Okay, can you just confirm me if you are able to see this PPT, because I just shared. Perfect. Thanks for that sharing. You are able to see the PPT, right? PPT, yes. Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you. Wonderful. So now let me just set the context of the webinar itself. Okay, now what is that you are going to take away, right? What is your takeaway for it? See, now current situation is, we all know, I don't have to explain. So it is affecting the business across the world. And when the business is affected, working people are also getting affected. So overall, lot of scenario is happening, and I don't have to explain here. Now I'm not going to elaborate, but is the impact of that, what is happening, what you can do about, what is the smallest step which you can do. Okay, that's what I'm going to share. Okay, and the trends, what is actually trending now in the present scenario as on today. Forget about the things what is happening in the negative way, but in reality, what is the big trend which is happening, that I'm going to share it to you. And market potential and the business opportunity for you, what is that you can do, right? So I'm trying to cover for the business owners, freelancers, consultants. I'm trying to gathered all this information so that I can make justice to all the people, for the working people. And there are some case studies also which I'm going to share it to you just to give the perspective. Okay, and these case studies are not like you need to do that, it's just a case studies. And finally, what is that you attended for? Now you will be in a position to at least get that. Now what is that niche I should be really working on, so that you can start generating the money. Okay, now I'll give a case study also to make you understand. So that's the whole scenario of the webinar which I'm going to take you through. Okay, so now let's go. Let me just show some research which I have done, which I have my own thoughts to share to you. Business world now, because of the scenario what is happening now, the consumer behavior is changing. Okay, the question comes, are you ready to change accordingly, is the biggest question for the business world people. Now look at this left side. Now this, most of the people in the WhatsApp group, they must have seen this. Okay, on the left side, business actually going in a different way altogether, right? So your business model has to be changed. Now are you thinking to relook into business model so that you can adopt something new, so that you go in a different perspective? That is one part. Second part, now it's going to go in a very different mode altogether. Behavior will be related to the cost consciousness. Okay, so look at this side. Now tuition classes are not getting the students, but online studying is rising. How many of you know now today I'm in a position to talk to 50 plus people here in this webinar. Now I have conducted the number of hundreds of my webinar trainings, right, in the of this thing. People also register like this, but they will not come to the training hall because of a lot of reasons. Right now, this is so much of convenience is increased, so everybody wants to learn. So you all know it. That's how the trend is changing. Okay. Now, what about the working people? So now this is the CNN news, and a lot of news is going to happen. This news is related to US. When US is having a problem, definitely it is dependent on, India is also heavily dependent on the US stuff. So definitely we are going to have a problem. Okay, so related to the job scenario, you all are aware already, getting the little bit of a feel factor, right? Now, but the reality I want to tell you, forget about all these things. What was happening before this scenario? The people with 15 plus years of experience, okay, the job opportunities started diminishing, and most of the people, my friends, because now it almost I have experience in 30 years of my experience, along with my 24 years of IT plus 10 plus years of entrepreneurship. Okay, most of my friends who lost job, it took 6 months, 7 months, and still they are not getting the job opportunities. That's the scenario. That's the reality. And the people who are already there, they are in a kind of a sandwich situation. They're not enjoying the job, but they are just prolonging it. Okay, and highly experienced not getting, and they don't know where. And the fundamental problem, what happens is, when we are in a working culture, you go in a very methodic way in the company work, and when you come out, you don't know what exactly needs to be done if you don't have a job. And they are waiting for job opportunities, and things are not happening, but at the same time they are really stuck what they exactly do. And few people are having the idea, but they don't know from where to start. If they start, whether it is going to be successful or not. If I invest, what is going to happen? What about the other responsibilities that is around? I don't have to explain, right? So all these things happening. And the another reality is, the people with the 20-25 years of experience, now because they are not getting the job opportunity, they are ready to start working for the lower salary also. Most of the people, if you are experienced, how many of you agree or feel that, yeah, this is what is happening? Yeah, this is what is happening. If you relate with me, say that yes, it is happening. How many of you relate with me with this reality? So that's the reality, right? So most of the people who experiencing it, they will immediately understand what I'm trying to say here in this case. Okay, now having said that, the word of caution. Now most of the people, what I have seen, right, people who are who don't have option, or they know that now something is going to seriously negative thing is going to happen. Now they're trying to copy, right? Now word of caution for you, avoid copying. Now his business is working great, so I also want to do that. That's not going to happen for you. Okay, now you may get temporarily results, but in a long run perspective, always you will face a problem. So that's my learning out of so many years of experience. I'm just giving you a word of caution. Okay, and work on yourself and explore yourself. Now what is the core potential you have? And I am telling you, you have it. Only thing you have not explored about it. Point number one. Sometimes you know it, but how you don't know how you can take it to the next level, because you don't know the systems and the tools and techniques, and there are a lot of things which I'm going to share it to you. Okay, now what to do, from where to start, all this is the problem which everybody is facing, right? So this is what I wanted to share. Now let me share the study done by Boston Consulting Group and Nielsen, right? Digital consumer spending is $100 billion opportunity. Means India is going to be, according to the consulting group, he says India is going to be the sixth largest global economy in the world. That is 2020. They predicted it long year back. Now you will also witness it, everybody going palm, right? So today I can see almost more than 60% of the people are on mobile. So that's the digital consumer spending what we are talking about. Now when I say $100 billion, now you might say, Parag, we are not a $1 billion company, we are not a $1 million company. What is that you're talking? So here is the interesting part for you, what you should know. Now you can have a pie of this, you can talk this language, because you can directly tap this opportunity for yourself. That's where it becomes very, very interesting. Okay, now you will get to know a lot of things why I say so. Okay, so let's go ahead. Now there are world's top marketable niches. Okay, niche, when I say the skill. Okay, now it's an e-learning part. Whatever I'm going to share today, this webinar is focused on whatever experience you have. Can you make it online programs and you can sell it or not? That's the intent of this webinar. Okay, now think only in this context, so that you will start getting the real meaning out of this webinar. E-learning, these are the top most thing which any person you take, he will be going through all these things, right? Businessman looking for a business growth, and the person who is having a health issue, he is looking in terms of how can he come out of the health issues. Wealth, I don't have to explain. Relationship, make money, and career and studies. These are the areas. Now let me explain one thing. These niches are a big big ocean together. That means it's a big vast I would say it's a bird's eye view. When I say business growth, when I say business growth, there are so many things will come. When I say health, there are so many things will. That's what I want to explain. This is the major marketable niche. Now there is something called as micro niche. Okay, now let's understand what is this micro niche is all about. I'm trying to take one example of a Ayurvedic doctor here. Okay, a Ayurvedic doctor, okay, he claims that he cures diabetes in 3 months. This is an example, by the way. Okay, when he claims 3 months, that means you need to follow the procedure and the method and the food, whatever the methods he has, you have to follow him. If you're really serious about coming out of the diabetes, then it really works for you, and without medication, allopathy, right? This is what many people are offering now, and it is happening, and it works, and they are getting the results. With that assumption, this becomes a micro niche. Health is a bigger perspective. In under that, now only a Ayurvedic doctor is offering this diabetic solution to people who are suffering from the diabetes. Now specific to diabetes, it becomes a micro niche. Okay, now let me just give you an opportunity. When I say $100 billion opportunity, now here Simple calculations will make, I'm trying to make you understand how does it happen. Look at this, go and you also study a diabetic in India. According to this survey, it is going to be year of 2019. This was the report which I collected, right? The people with the age 20 to 79, okay, 75 million people are suffering in India, 2019. Now it is 2020, day by day, it is increasing. Most of the people, we know it. That means approximately 7.5 crore people as on 2019 are suffering from diabetes. Okay, now here it becomes a little interesting. If I know that I'm curing diabetes within 3 months with a guarantee, okay, who will not be interested to come? The people who have gone through the pain of injections, going all the time, taking the tablets every day, right? So they want to come out that pain, right? Now, if I am able to solve within 3 months, most of the people want to go for it, whoever is suffering, right? Now, let's target, as a doctor, assume that I'm a doctor, I'm targeting to cure 1 lakh people in 2 years. That is possible, by the way. I'll tell you why. And if he starts charging 3,000 only, even take 1,000 rupees. I'm just giving example here, okay? If he charges 3,000 rupees to cure completely, okay, by end of 2 years, now he has an opportunity to make a revenue of 3 crores approximately. Now, the fundamental practical question I'm going to ask you now, a single doctor, can he be able to approach all 1 lakh people one-on-one? Answer is no. Here comes the system comes into picture to increase your productivity. Now, what is the system you are going to adopt? How you are going to make it happen? That is what is going to be a defining factor, which I'm going to reveal in the next subsequent slides. Okay, so far with me, make sense? Whatever I shared, just tell me it makes sense. I'm just giving a little bit of pause here just to make sure you are with me, okay? Fantastic, thanks for that confirmation. Now let's go ahead. Okay, now when I said big niches, right? Now I'm trying to give more clarity, as far as possible. This thing. If you say consider wealth as a one big niche, under that digital marketing, business development comes into picture, sales comes into picture, finance, software development, design, mechanical design, all those things, right? Career and studies. Now, if you are okay, so if you are a person related to wealth, now these are the options. Few options I'm telling you. There are 100 options are there which are micro niche when I say it, right? Now health, I already explained. Now when it is a health, micro niche can be weight loss or weight gain, yoga, aerobics, mental related to health, mental health. It can be Reiki, meditation, distant healing, diabetes. I already explained, right? These are the micro niches which you can think of. Okay, now you will start relating yourself now and subsequently. Okay, now before I start everything, now let me just share about myself also, right? So about myself, see, I worked in IT industry almost more than 24 years. I also parallelly, before 10 years, I wanted to come out of the working culture because I was not really interested to work on Excel sheet. And every day it's a mundane activity which I was doing. I was not really enjoying, even though good amount of money I was earning. But when I was not enjoying, so that is the toughest decision which I took. That's how after 24 years I jumped out of this and I started my entrepreneur journey. Okay, now this entrepreneur journey was not at all easy for me, even though I introduced a online product for the film industry, which is called as Quick Audition, and it was featured in BBC World News as an innovative entrepreneur. Okay, now product was great. It was really valuating to the people. The pain area was, now imagine a parent taking his child for audition every time there is an audition. Both have to go and travel, make sure that he's in front of the camera, is doing all this. That is the pain area they are going through. Imagine the artists, hundreds of auditions they are going. Imagine the pain they are going through. They have to leave everything and they go for it. That's the pain area which I wanted to address, and that is how I introduced this product. That's how it was really appreciated, and that's how I was interviewed in BBC World News. And what happened, I'll tell you. The reality was really kind of a frightening, because even the product was great, okay, but the kind of a revenue which I was expecting, it was not happening the way it was happening. This is where I learned a very hard way. It took 1.5 years, 2 years for me to learn I am doing seriously something wrong. When I sat back and when I look back and said that what went wrong, there are so many learnings out of it. Out of that, I'm going to share one or two because of the time constraint. I didn't know the tools and techniques and the strategy, how I can really penetrate into the market. That's what the biggest mistake which I was, even though I had a clarity of who is my customer, but you need to have certain methods to penetrate into the market. I was not knowing, because I come from the working culture, and there is a huge difference between working culture and being an entrepreneur. Whoever is a business owner here, they will directly relate with me. Okay. Now, when I don't have the tools and techniques, and one more important thing is I didn't have a mentor to guide me, saying that, Parag, I think this is what is really trending. The work around it. You may face some problem, but there is sure way that you are going in the right direction. I didn't have. Okay. Rather, I didn't explore, or I was not knowing that there is some persons who are there who can guide me. Okay. This was the basic fundamental things which I was just going through. And one more question came to my mind, saying that, like me, there are how many people are there who are going through this, who wants to come out, start their own, and they don't get that kind of a guidance, hand holding, and from where they can start, and what is that baby step can be, so that you will feel confident about, right? And once you get the first step, you should get that confidence. Then it will motivate yourself to go and put that step. So how do you get that? There is a method and there is a way wherein I should have taken, it was not possible. So when I look how many people are there, there are enormous people. Even my friends circle, they call me saying that no, they are not working, they are not able to get a job. What needs to be done? So like that, my friends are hundreds of friends are there like that across India. If you look at it, this is like a huge pain area for the people who wants to do something on their own. They don't have some ways to do it, and if they want to do it online way, specifically I'm just trying to focus here. If for the people who may be interested to go online, and they may face they may have a problem saying that no, I'm not a technical people, like IT guy, right? Even a layman can do it when a program is designed for you step by step, and a person is there with you to guide you any problem you face. And there is a way where a methodic way of approach will get you the result. That's what exactly what. With that understanding, when I understood there is a huge potential of so many people, with that I came up with a mission to help 100,000 comfort zone. See, that is nothing but comfort zone. Okay, comfort zone trapped people to come out easily and leverage their core potential and lead fulfilled life. Now, when I say core potential, whatever experience you are going through, what is experience, you already have it, or there is parallelly there is some experience also you are gaining. Now if I look at my friend circle, they were doing the stock market when they were in IT. 90% of the people do it. Okay, now most of the people are not successful. There are a lot of losses which has happened. There are few people who are really good at stock market. How they became good? Okay, now they started maybe 10 years back, and they invested, they kept on doing it, and they came to know some formula, what is really working, and when is that right time to invest, and how much to invest, how long to invest, what all precautions to be taken. He must have got that knowledge. Now I want you to ask you this question. You are working somewhere, but you have this real skill with you. Now, if I ask you, can you impart this knowledge to people wherein they can learn out of you and they also start getting they can produce the similar results which you are getting? Like, can you design a program? Now you might say, well, I know what it was, but I don't know how exactly methodically I need to program, right? That is where I come into picture to help you program very methodically. I hope you are getting it. I hope you are getting the clarity what it means to be. Okay, that's how I came up with the comfort zone liberation hub. The people who are in comfort zone, they want to come out, they are not able to come out because of so many ifs and buts. And I want to help them so that they can take that first congruent step by step, so that they can come out of it and lead the life you want to. Okay, that's the mission which I'm giving you a little bit of a very bird's eye view here. There are three different business types are there. Okay, now I will not deep down here. One is, it starts from the idea, like Redbus is there, Ola, Uber is there. You all know it. I don't have to explain here. Idea started. They thought of, how can I build a software, along with that I can manage everything so that I can make a business out of it. It's $1 billion idea. People have already making the money out of it. You know it. Now that in this case, it needs employee, office, infrastructure, everything is needed, right? Now this is one case. Second case is investment based, huge investment like manufacturing, food industry and all that. Again, land, it starts from the land, you know it, what it means, right? Again, the employee, office and infrastructure. The third thing is e-learning business type, which becomes a very, very interesting for you and me. You don't need office, no office is required, no employees is required, no infrastructure cost is required. There are super successful internet millionaires. So I have done a deep study on these people, right? So I'm just trying to give a gist of it. Super successful millionaires are there, and they don't have more than 2 or 3 people who are supporting them, and this guy is only front ending the market. Sounds interesting? So, but if you have a experience, skill, the way I explained, right? It can be your own experience which you are working, or it can be a parallel which with the passion you learn something. If you have that and you are willing to share to the world to solve the problem, in turn there is a huge potential that you can make a revenue out of it. Only thing, you need to have a clarity on what problem or pain area of people do you really want to solve, and how can you should have an idea, how can you make it online program is also one of the important aspects. Okay, so this is about just to give you perspective, what is it e-learning is for you, and you should really explore about it. Okay, now tell me, how many of you in this area, whatever I shared now, you already know that these are the pain area which people are going through, and I can really validate to people. Say I. Whoever says that now I have already identified the pain area of the people, just say I. Perfect. See, I can see. Yeah, Umesh. Yeah, thanks for that. And so Sumit, Milin, Vijay, can you see there is a identification of the pain area, but many people, 99% of the people, they don't know how exactly I need to go into the market and position yourself so that people will really get influenced by it, so that they can take the services out of you. Okay, now having said that, now let me just take you through some of the case studies. Okay, now these case studies, by the way, before I share that slide, I want to make it very clear. Whatever I'm sharing here, the case studies, is the case study as an example. That doesn't mean that you also should do it. With that clarity, I'm just going to share that. Okay, or you are already into it, you can just explore about it, but it is not for you to follow this, go and do this one. That's not the intention of showing this next slide. Okay, now let's go. See, look at this. Okay, if you really want to make a note of this, make a note of this website. In the internet world, there are hardly any people who shares their real revenue to the world. There are only 4 or 5 people in this world who are outrightly sharing their revenue, how much they make online. Okay, out of that, John Lee Dumas is one of the person who is sharing his earnings. Now I want to take you through this. Gross earning is 1,53,784 per month. This is the January month earning he's talking. Now any business will not happen unless you spend something, right? You need to have some spending, right? So he's spending only $40,000. Out of that, the net profit is this much. It is approximately 74% of the profit he is earning out of the business. Now tell me, which business gives you this much of a profit? Most of this successful business in the manufacturing, if you look at it, if it falls between 10 to 12%, and if it crosses 1%, it's a super successful model, right? Now look at this, so that you will, I don't have to explain much here. Now every month he gives it. Now another interesting part which I want to share, now what this guy does is also important, right? And you will, after this webinar, you go and explore this site. It is site name called as evofire.com. Explain, you can explore later, but what I want to tell, very interesting part, is how there is something called as podcast. Okay, I'll explain. Few people already know it, but few people, if you don't know it, I'm just explaining. Podcast is nothing but I'm just recording my voice, and I'm exploring, I'm showcasing to the world, I'm giving it to the world so that they will consume it, right? Digital consumerism, they will consume it, and out of that I'm making money. Through that, he is making these millions of rupees. The idea, only what this guy has done is, podcast is something he identified as super successful business entrepreneurs who are internet millionaires. Like if you have come across Gary Vaynerchuk, if you have come across Pat Flynn, and if you have come across Tony Robbins, such a successful people, what he did a very simple thing. He went with a recorder like this, and he took an interview of these people, and he said, now tell me the steps, what is that made you to success, for the success thing and all that. Now they given the interview to this guy. Now this guy did a fantastic thing. What is that? He built a system in such a way that how methodically it can be marketed, how it can be positioned, how it can be programmed. He did all those things, and he presented to the world, saying that by doing this, you will also become a successful. Now, can you see, now just recording a voice and packaging it in a nice way, marketing it to the world, and he's making this money. Sounds interesting, right? Now, by the way, this earning, the day one he started, he not started earning this money, by the way. Okay, now this is not a get rich quick scheme or something. So it will, everything what you start, it has its own growth. Sometimes you have to face some challenges, then you learn something, then you will go to the next level. That's exactly how he achieved this, because he started 10 years back to work on this. Okay, I hope I'm making my point is very clear here. Okay, now let me just share another example here. It's a smartpassiveincome.com. Okay, now look at this current month and previous month. He's sharing that. You will go and explore that. You make a note of it. Later you go and explore current month and the previous month his earnings. Now he's showcasing what is the different source of income through online, whatever is there, right? What is that income sources, through them he's earning out of this. Okay, now there is a way also, you should also just understand this. This guy is doing a blogs, writing blogs. Now can you imagine, now this is the amount which he's doing. Now immediately you might think, I'm really good in writing, I can start writing blog and I'll start posting tomorrow so that you learn. But that's not it's going to happen. And many people think that in YouTube also, I can create a channel, I'll start putting the videos, next day I'll become a millionaire. It's not going to happen. There is a way, method, system to get into that level. This is where the systems, procedures, a lot of things comes into picture. Okay, I hope I made a point clear here. Is simple writing a blog and a podcast these guys are making. Now imagine the value you have to the world, and imagine the numbers also. Okay, just numbers, and make it just 10% of that total number, and add any cost to it, and that is the amount which you have a potential to make it. Only thing what you don't know is how you can leverage the system altogether. I hope I made a point clear. Now, having said that, all that background, why was it is required? Because at least you know from where we are coming. Now we are at the juncture. Now I have a experience, but I don't know what is my niche. This is one possibility. And some people already said it. I know that, but I don't know from where to start. Okay. Now there are some cases. Third person is there. Now I have so many niches with me. Now I am really confused of which one to start with. This is the possible scenario which can happen. Now let me just take you through how you can identify the niche for yourself. If you are into marketing, you might say already into marketing. I know my I know already my niche. If that is the case, now I'm going to ask you one more question. Now, what is your micro niche? Marketing is a big ocean altogether. When you say business, I have worked for let's say more than 25 years into business. Now I'm going to ask you, can you tell a person, junior person to me, just follow these simple steps to get the results which you were getting earlier? You will be stuck, right? So that's where now you need to get in that. Now identifying your niche is very important. How you're going to do that? Okay. Now I already mentioned there are so many niches are there which I already you have gone through. Now I'm going to tell you how I arrived at my niche. Okay. Now that's where it's going to give you some kind of a clarity. What is the process altogether? Okay. Now when I say my focus is entrepreneurship and rescuing comfort zone trapped people, I already explained to you there are hundreds and thousands and crores of people. They are not enjoying the working. Maybe after 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, or 8 years, they get bored because working culture. There are so many reasons. They are not enjoying, but money anyway it's coming. They are leading the life because the responsibility comes into they have to postpone it. That's how things will go on. Now, so many people are there. Now I want to help them, but how did I came to this niche? Okay, now let me explain. Now there is a two filter process which is there, which I have gone through. Okay, now what I did, now if you have pen and paper along with me, you can start doing it, or you just listen. Okay, whichever way is okay for me. Now it's a two filter process. Okay, the first thing, I'm going to ask you a question saying that list out the pain area of the people. Now, most of the people you said, you raised your hand. Now, go and check with you what is that areas you really want to, pain area of the people you can solve online. Now, if you ask me, now this is how I identified myself. These are the area which I can really solve the problem of the people. One is digital entrepreneurship. Why digital entrepreneurship? There are a lot of entrepreneurs who have a great experience, but they don't know how they can design digital programs wherein whatever he learned, he can just in turn teach to the people so that they also can grow in their life. Program for children. Now, why I say this? That is important. Okay, that it's very important to share with you. See, I personally have done conducting family get together for 20 years. Okay, now out of this 20 years, now I have a lot of friends with whom I just interact, the parents and the children's, and a lot of interaction happens. Out of that, there is something which I have learned, which really want to. I have already designed the program which I want to impart to the world, the students, by designing a nice program for them. Communication. Since I come from the IT background, I believe I have a good communication, and people also say that. I think, Parag, I think whatever you say, we understand. Okay, so that's how I believe that I have a good communication. I hope you agree. Okay, so presentation also. Okay, now I'm good in presentation because it is not come in a day, single day, right? I miserably failed when I started new, right? Now, digital marketing is also an area, because people who are entrepreneurs, they want to learn digital marketing so that they will reduce the conventional marketing cost, so that they can get the leads and they can generate the business. Creative writing and video script writing, which I do it because I want to use my right brain also in my lifetime. That is how, these are my interests, and I am very good at it. This is my study about myself. Something similar you need to do for yourself. What is that you are really good at? Point number one. Okay, now this is, once you make a list of it, now you need to choose only top three out of it, or two out of it, or only one also is fine. Okay, in this case, how I did, I chosen digital entrepreneurship and digital marketing. Why? Because of my IT background, because of my entrepreneur journey into digital world. I have a great hold on this, and I have miserably failed also, and I know what is really working. That I really want to share to the world, right? This is point number filter number one. Now I identified, let's say, digital entrepreneurship and digital marketing is my top priority according to whatever level I, with my own gut feeling and my experiences, right? Now filter two becomes very, very interesting. I feel it's a great thing, but you don't know how the market is going to perceive. That is also one of the things when I introduced my product, right? When it was featured in BBC World News, literally I was not knowing how my product is perceived by my end customer. Now let me share one more example, a real example. Redbus.com, few people must have really heard of his story. Now let me just quickly cover that. Redbus.com is bus reservation thing. We are all using it today. When they introduced for the first time, okay, now when he came up with the idea, there were 4-5 crores of investment done, because the great idea was great, because no solution was there at that time. But what happened, there was no reservation were happening for 6 months. When the day they introduced, they did a great marketing. They invested, went to Times of India front page, newspaper, news channels, everywhere they did everything what possible things. Okay, but no reservation was happening. Single reservation was happening when they introduced. Okay, now they were not literally understanding how the consumer is really reacting to my product, and they were on the verge of closing the startup. Now they thought, now let me just think, let me just do little bit of research why these people are doing the reservation. Then they came to know very interesting factor. That is how we all need to understand how my product is perceived by other people. Then the success factor comes. They identified. Now imagine yourself, okay, the product is launched, okay, the redbus.com is, and tomorrow your very urgent meeting or something is there, personal important thing is there, you are going to your native, and today you are booking it, and the moment you look into the screen, everything is empty. That means all seats are open. Now what is that comes into your mind? Will this guy go only for me? Answer is, logical mind says, I don't think so. Why should I take a risk? People were thinking, and because of this reason, the reservation was not happening. The day they came to know about this fact, they came up with a solution. And what they did is they did a little bit of a gimmick. So gimmick, or you can say it's an innovative way of building the confidence of your end customer is very, very important. How did they did it? They did something behind the software saying that, now let me show 50% already booked. When you next time log in and check the availability, now 50% is already booked. Now tell me, what is the psychology? When you open, 50% is already booked. Tomorrow you need to go. Now you will easily book it because already 50% is done. That is how the first registration or reservation, right? Bus reservation happened. Then rest is history. Now today it is 450 or 60 crores of company. Okay, now why I'm sharing this, we need to understand the perspective of your end customer, and it takes time, my dear friends. It is not just overnight it is going to happen, right? So how do you identify that perspective? This is where the validation process happens, which I have designed for you people. Now through that validation, okay, now you will arrive at the final niche. That is how I came, that saying that now I am going to focus on comfort zone liberation. It is not liberation, it's a liberation hub. Okay, so that's my final niche. That is how I have designed all the programs online which I'm offering to the world. Okay, now in the process of this, there is a something called as exercise on how world perceives you. Okay, it's also important. Somebody asked me, what all the investments you do. Most of the people, you are entrepreneurs, you must have already experienced it. I said very first time when the first question was there, now I told all the investments, gold, real estate, everything except investing on myself. I didn't know that, and it was the uh, aha moment for me. Now, अच्छा ऐसा भी होता है कि you need to invest on me yourself. Means working in IT industry for 20 years, company was giving me training for the results of the company, what needs to be done, right? Now, that is how they were giving the trainings. Now it is not like what is that I am interested in. Company was not giving me money. Now when it comes to real investments, I really today I feel the pinch of world is going through like this. Now I really want to explore something wherein at least to some extent I need to find a solution. How do I do it? And this is not going to come just like that. You need to invest on yourself, explore and find a ways, and it is going to cost you something. Okay, now how a world is going to perceive, you need to understand that. And how you look at, there are so many few exercises are there. Now you need to go through that, then only you're going to come to this conclusion, the final niche which you want to go. Does that mean now I don't have to do this different other niches? Answer is yes, but unless I focus on one, I cannot be successful in all the areas. So that is how I have chosen this one first. Maybe after 1 year, I'll start focusing on the program for children in an online way, which I have a very clear vision for that also. Make sense? Okay, so this is what the idea, how you should go through for finding the niche about yourself. Okay, now let me just give another examples here. Now try to relate yourself, because there are a lot of variety of people are there. And just made a point all these things. The business owner is a good in finance, marketing, customer handling, getting orders, strategies, techniques. Okay, people handling is very, very important, and help building the system. Okay, now any area, now this is few things which I have chosen here. Now you go and look at yourself, what is that these things which I want to impart to the world, wherein I can come up with a micro niche for myself, wherein I can sell online also. Marketing professional, Excel sheet mastery. Now I was literally hating when I was in 80. For me, it was not the key area. But I have seen my colleagues were masters of Excel sheet. Now, do you know one thing? There are hundreds and thousands and crores of people, they don't know how to really make use of the Excel sheet, the power of Excel sheet. Now that itself can become a real one micro niche for you if you are really good in that. Okay, effective closing of order, negotiation, presentation, communication. Stock market. Now if you tell me, Parag, I have a method here. Now if you start do this way, investments and all that, I'll guarantee you this much percentage, because I have done that experiment. This is going. Now I'll just try for him, at least how does it really work for me, right? Software development, there are artificial intelligence things are happening. Health, mechanical, few people, they get literally closed mind, saying that I'm in a mechanical industry, what is that I can do. Now you can identify the pain areas. There are so many in number of pain areas, and sometimes it is a which I know, because I don't come from the mechanical background. Latest design tools. Now there is something which is trending. Now if you are really imparting that to the people, can you train people online? The answer is yes. Okay, how? Now this webinar is not for that. Okay, now webinar conducting, people don't know where to start, how to do it, how to plan it, how you are making people to come and sit in front of your webinar is an art. Okay, now when I say art, again, clay modeling. Now this is also another example for you. Now you are working, but you are really good at clay modeling. Photography software tools are there. Probably you're doing a lot of experiment. And how to learn guitar. Now you're a master of guitar. Wide, right? So I'm just trying to give all this perspective. Now Few people are really good in already writing the blogs, podcast, Facebook lead generation mastery, okay, and consulting, right? Now, few people are, there are so many people who called me saying that, okay, no, I have so many years of experience, but I don't know the software thing and all that. Now, let me just make it very clear here. It's a simple things are there. Once you learn, it's not going to be a big thing altogether. Now, one more thing I want to stress here: there is something called as essentialism. What does it mean? I have 30 years of experience. If I start giving all the GAN to you, you will say that it's a boring thing, because whole world freely everything is available. Big business tycoons are there who are telling, everything, you do this, you do this, you do this. Now who is going to listen to me? What is important is essentialism. What does it mean is, what is essential, which is working, that only I'm going to share it to you. That means these are the 10 steps which you need to do. Apart from that, you don't do anything as of now. If you really have an interest, to go and explore. But what in my program, you follow 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 steps to get into the results which I really want you to give. That is called as essentialism. Okay, knowledge is everywhere, and sometimes it's freely available. Okay, by the way, when I say freely, now you might also ask the one interesting question, right? Are Parag, all this available freely online, how can it help me? How many of you feel? Say I. How many? For few people, this question must have come to your mind, right? It's already freely available. Now, how I'm going to make things for me? This is where it becomes interesting. It's freely available. Okay. Now there is no way. Now you tell me freely it is available. Why you are not successful now? Why you are not a millionaire? Because there is no, there are so many reasons. Okay, there are so many reasons, but you don't know the real way or the methods to take it further and start making revenue out of it. What is that? Now let me just share it. Now the answer to this is the way I have just taken you through you, right? Now this is the process. Now step by step, if you go through, now you will arrive at the final niche for yourself. Now you can just do this exercise, you will get to do this thing. But only thing, what is this validation process and all that? It's a long process altogether, which I'm going to not possible for me to share here, but at least you are aware that this is the way you can really get into the niche, what is really important. Now this is how it is, the program is designed at the first level. Now why I say this first level? Okay, now let me just share you. Online everything is available, but you will not be exposed to the system what they are following, which you are not aware. What is that? Now let me just share this. Now look at this. The core niche, which I just mentioned, right? Now this is the first step for you. You need to identify what is that core niche, micro niche, which I want to take up so that I can go to the world. This is where I call it as an identification layer. Can you see there are another additional 4 layers you have to work upon? But at least, can you do a simple exercise in this lockdown period to identify what is my core potential area wherein I can really start doing a lot of research, add value to it, and can offer to the world, so that I will feel literally that now I think I have something with me. With this, at least even if I can make some money to survive myself till everything is all right, don't you think it's a great confidence in you? Fear factor, coming out of the fear factor, right? But what I'm explaining here is that you are at the, whatever I'm explaining you right now, you are at the identification layer, the first layer, right? There is something called as the influence layer is there. Now how you are going to influence your end customer, how you are going to attract it, and with the shortest period of time, right? For me to learn and give this entire knowledge, wisdom to you, I have gone through, at least it is more than 12 years of my entrepreneur journey. Out of that, I have designed this for you. And if you really follow this process, what I designed for you, within 2 or 3 months, you'll have something very concrete in you. Now I'm not going to explain much here, this different layers for you, because this is the context of this webinar is only about my niche, my survivor. Now that means at least you start identifying the niche for yourself and work on it, be ready with it. Okay, now you might ask me some question. Yes, I think I understood what is this core thing, really final thing which I really want to go through, and I'm ready to take it through you in case if you have that kind of a question. Okay, now I have come up with a this is the conceptual guide to digital entrepreneurship. This I already explained about comfort zone liberation hub. Okay, now I'm here to support wherever area you really want to work upon and get the results fast. Instead of years together of the way I have gone through years of uh, ups and downs and getting the results, or you, now I'll give you a choice. Okay, now you can also do this. Now already given the guidelines, you go and explore this, do study and start working on it. You will not day one, you're not going to get the results. You will get the results maybe after 10 times, 12 times, and maybe 100 times. By the time you are going to spend at least maybe 1.5 years or 2 years. Now, do you really want to go through that? Or if I say now you don't have to do all the things, now here is the step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Within this, especially this niche one thing, within 1 week you will have a clarity. Why don't you explore yourself to identify and make use of this quarantine days useful for you, so that you will start feeling confident about your life coming forward, right, futuristically. Now, so I'm done with this first step. Okay, now this is how you can explore about yourself, the finding the niche. Now I already given you the simple example by counting numbers with dentist health diabetic example, right? Now if you are ready to do it, just explore and do it. And you might ask me, I think I have something to at the end of this webinar, so I have something very interesting which is awaited for you. If you are really serious about this, to find out, now let me just make use of this particular time so that I feel confident about it. Okay, for those people, there is something which I want to share. Now I already said it right now. Let me just take you through this. Okay, now can you see now identifying the niche? I already explained how the process it goes through, right? There are different types of marketable niches are there. Now sometimes you might say, I really don't know what is my niche. Still there is a way you can find a niche, you can make it happen for you. Now in this process, the first day, the whatever I shared, it's the first day program which I designed for the people, and I have some offer which is awaited for you if you stay till another 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, now are you interested to know about what is that offer? I have something for you which is mind-blowing according to me. How many of you are interested? Say interested. I'm just checking to make sure that you are with me. So that's how I'm taking the path. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you, Umesh. Thank you, Sushil, Pramod, Deva, sir, and Kiran, Shivkumar, Onkar, Bharat. Thanks for that confirmation. Now, here it becomes straight till end, and it's really going to be mind-blowing according to me. Let's see whether it's going to be mind-blowing or not. Okay, now you have understood there is a sort of a process now in you to identify your niche. If you start from today on your own, it'll take months, 2 months, you never know. And when you come up with this, you are not really sure whether it's going to work or not. So if you really want to find out that workable niche for yourself, okay, now the value out of this, what I'm really offering to you is worth of, okay. Okay, now let me just explain this also. This is also very, very important. Now, what I'm going to explain about the program, or what the niche thing, which if you're really interested to go for this program, what is that is available for you. Okay, so you will be able to identify two to three core niches for yourself, the way I explained you, which can generate revenue for you. And you will find a strong reason to offer to your niche to world. See, you should have that confidence, right? It's not just I identified, now I can go and to the world saying that now I'm going to help you. No, unless you are convinced about your niche, why really people will get the result for yourself, till then you are not supposed to do it, right? Otherwise it will become a problem for yourself, right? Now the bonus thing is that you have an opportunity to check your personality. Now I mentioned about, you need to understand about yourself. There are few simple steps which I have designed very small way, and you will come to know about niche algorithm, make a great revenue. And there are case studies which I'm going to share, and the self discovery process, know how other perceive you also. Sometimes you should know that how other people are perceiving you also, very important. When they know, when you know most of the people are perceiving you, that is the kind of a person you are. Now you need to really work on that and make it in a big way. How? There are simple exercises which I'm going to give it now. Don't you think when I say simple exercise, when you sit for 1 hour, you can do that and you will feel really empowered by knowing those things. Okay, now, and you need to go through some exercises. Okay, now in this niche identification process has a simple exercises. You have to go step by step, and if you really spare that time, within 1 week you will have a crystal clear clarity about your niche. So those are the exercises you are supposed to do. You're not supposed to go the way we go and explore our internet world, YouTube. We look into the things, you get inspired, you love it, everything is fine. What happens after that? You don't take any actions. That's how you are getting stuck. You means you and me, everybody is getting stuck because there's no proper actions which is happening. Now if you really feel that now today I want to make things something worthwhile for me, let me just find, let me just make a bit better version of myself. If you're really thinking that, now do this exercise whatever I've just designed for you. Okay, now there will be a one-to-one an opportunity for you for 30 minutes to discuss also, and after going through the program which I have designed for you. Because once you go through, you may have some questions, then that time it makes more sense for me to sit in front of you to give you some kind of a guidelines wherein you are in total control. Okay, and support till 30 days. Okay, now this program which I'm offering is a dirt price which I'm just giving it because of understanding the market scenario. Right now, the program which I'm offering is very lowest price, and but the support which I'm going to give in this case for this program is up to 30 days. If you're really serious, from tomorrow, if you work on it within 1 week, you will find it. But I'm giving you 30 days of time. In case if you get stuck and for whatever reasons, now I'm there for you till 30th. The day you register yourself, and 30 days is for you. Then after that, this program is not, I'm not going to support, but this accessibility of this program will be there with you. Okay. Now, the worth of this total program, what is there? Okay. Now it's actually 1,999. Now, as I said, there is something very interesting is awaited for you. Now, if you're really seriously thinking, now I think I am today and I want to make use of my time. Instead of watching movies, going through all those stuff, right? Now I want to do something worthwhile. And I'm really seriously thinking today to take that step. For those people, the cost is 199. Interesting? How many of you feel interesting? Say interesting. How many of you want to really explore about yourself with the value which I'm trying to give it to you? Okay. Now, for the people who are thinking now seriously, now let me take that action. The action is important. Now, this is where it becomes very interesting. If you are not in a position to take any actions now, after 1 year also, you will be in the same scenario where you are. Now, if you say that, now I'm sharing this link to you. Okay. If you're really serious, now I'm just sharing this link. Okay. Go through this link, click on this link, pay this 199. This is for today only, by the way. Okay, so you can just pay this and you will have access. After day after tomorrow, I'm going to give you the access to go through and come up with the clarity of the really niche which really going to working for you. Okay, now click on this and make a payment. And what you're going to do is, there are two things. One is you will be sharing, okay, the screenshot of the payment in the WhatsApp group. That is how I will identify you, that this is the person who already paid it. and I need your email ID, wherein by through that email ID I'm going to give you the access, and you have to create the login password for yourself, and this is going to be a lifetime access for you, and it's a one-time fee which I'm asking for you, friends. So I hope I'm making very clear, and you will definitely avail this offer. It's a dirt price, and it's worth of your one half pizza, I believe. Right now, it's left to you what decision you really want to take for your life. Okay, so having said that, now whatever I really wanted to communicate, I think, I believe I made a real value to you, and it is worth of your time. So thank you very much for taking that time to understand and to make things I believe I really value added. If you say if you believe also say same, so say that yes, you got the value, yeah, I got the value. So please say so. And now it is, as I earlier said, it is open to question and answers. Okay, now if you have any questions, you can shoot questions. I'm here for you to answer any questions. I'm going to pause now. I'll wait for any questions that people are typing or something, so that, yes, Deva Saab, thank you. Thanks for that. Yes, Chirand, great. Absolutely. I'm into manufacturing or hair oil. Perfect. Thank you. Yeah, Pankaj, question. Pankhil, right? Yeah, Pankhil. Yes, that's possible, Pankhil. Now that's where now. Okay, now I'll just hold for other any similar question is coming. Value for time. Thank you, Chetan. Useful. Thanks for Shiv Kumar. Very interesting. Okay, fantastic. Thank you, Mahesh. Thank you, Yusuf. So when you pay, okay, now I'm going to give you the access maybe tomorrow evening or day after tomorrow, and immediately after this thing, you will have the access, and you will start immediately. You will have immediate access to the program. Maybe tomorrow itself, you will have the access, so that you can just start taking the advantage of it. I hope I answered this question. Okay, there are some questions which are coming now. How do I make it online? Okay, now I have two garages. Should it help? Now see, now this is what I have given you examples, friends. Okay, now you have a garage. Okay, now how can you design the program? Now you need to think that this is where you need to think now at this moment. How can I design the program? Okay, is there any learning out of the two-wheeler garage? I really don't see any opportunity here for you, my dear friend. Yes, any questions? Useful sessions. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Definitely, Mr. Pramod. Yes, this is going to real estate. There are a lot of things which you can really come up with a very interesting thing, and you can offer and make things, influencing in a different perspective altogether. That's possible. Yes. Thank you, Vasant. Thank you, Ravi Kumar, Milind, for infrastructure work. Yes. Now, who is your end custom? Think through. Now, can you do something? First answer, you should feel that, okay, now this is how and all that. This is how you have to explore in this. Okay, got that. Okay, Ravi Kumar says it's a fantastic session, worth time. Thank you, Ravi Kumar. Thanks, Gurraj. Okay, thinking to start design and how to, definitely. You said Vamadeva. Okay, now online designing, you can train people. Okay, now only this much I can tell. How is a big thing to explain, but this is not the place to explain to you. Okay, but the answer is yes, you can do it. That much I can say. So I'm already started working on startup with my friend, and I need more knowledge to explore business. And it's okay to, is it okay to join? I didn't get that question. Join, is it okay to join means I didn't get. Sushil, thanks for, congratulations for taking that significant decision of your life. Now you are really going to get the real value out of this, and I really vouch for that. Okay, so thanks for that confirmation, and I really appreciate for taking that decision. And Milind says all government agencies. Now government agencies a different ball game altogether. Need a little bit of a thinking. So I don't know what to say at this moment. Okay, Rajesh, thank you. Thanks for that confirmation. I really appreciate for taking that decision is important. Anyway, this is not a big thing. Now I'm just offering this at a dirt price. Now after maybe 2-3 months or 4 months time, this cost is not going to be this much, because that's the worth. It is the outcome of so many years of this thing I'm designing, and within 1 or 2 weeks you will be able to find that. Isn't it a great value? So that's how you are going to get get the value out of it. Okay, so thanks Rajesh for that payment you have done. And Sudhir, I can see payment you have done. Kiran, Bakshi, perfect, thank you. And you will be sharing that in the group. Okay, please remember that. Okay, now that's how I'm going to identify you. And Basavaraj, sir, actually yes, worth the value and session is lockdown time. Thank you. Yeah. And so what will be the session timing? Now Ravi Kumar, now it's the access is given to you. You have whenever you find time, and you can just access it and start working on it and come out it. There is no start and end time. You can spend time. Now you are already quarantined, right? So you have a lot of time. You have access for yourself. You spend whatever time you want. There is no start and end. You decide whenever you really want to access it. The access is available for you. I hope I answered that question. Sumit, I can see payment done. Congratulations again, Sumit, for taking that decision, significant decision. And Sushil, you shared in the group. Thank you. I'll just look into it. Anyways, Kiran, I can see Kiran, you paid. Yes, congratulations once again. Okay, fantastic. Okay, now I hope there are few questions which are like garage thing and all that. Now, frankly telling, I don't think this program is for you. Okay, now I cannot add any value here. Now, I already explained. Now, you should be in a position to give the solution, identify the pain area. You should be in a position to train people online. That's how you will get that answer from this program. And that's what I can share about you. Now any other questions I'm making comment after the session? Okay sir, no problem, you can do that. And please don't forget to share in the WhatsApp group you are into. Okay, that's very, very important for me to identify. Again, I'm just repeating in case anybody is missing what is important information which I'm sharing to you people. Okay, any questions so far? I can see, I think people are doing payments also in the meantime. Great. I think I have taken names of people who already paid. I'm just looking into it. I can see Sushil. Yes, I just taken the name. Rajesh. Yes. Mahesh. I can see Manjesh. Manjesh just now confirmed that he paid. And Pramod. Thanks, and I really appreciate for taking that significant decision. Mangesh, congratulations. Pramod, congratulations. Yeah. And I'll be asking you email IDs, so you will be providing that later. I have it, but sometimes I reconfirm before I give access to you any programs, right? So in that case, I need that email IDs to just make sure that I get it. Okay. Okay, Umesh, thank you, sir. Congratulations. And we will, yeah, long time we are not spoken. Umesh ji, we will speak. Okay, Kiran, but no, Kiran, you will share in the WhatsApp group itself, and from there I'm going to pick it up. Okay. But anyway, I'll be in communication with you, most of the people, whoever is paid. So don't worry about it. Okay, any questions? I'm just waiting for any other people who wants the questions, and others. You should good night. Good night, Umesh ji. Thank you, and see you. And all the best for your learning of my program. Okay. Yes, I'm just giving another 2 to 3 minutes. I believe I did a justice. I said 45 minutes to 1 hour. I think it is almost 50 minutes through. Now I'm going to give you another 2 minutes. And Kiran, Bakshi, thank you. And Mahantesh, thank you. Thank you so much. And you can just drop off. In the meantime, I'm just holding here in case if any people who are live, they may have some questions. I'm just holding here another maximum 2 minutes. I'm going to cut off. So, okay. So good night. Thanks in advance. Pramodji, good night. What about my question? Pankilji, I think let me just go through your question. I'm just going up. How can I go online? You said, manufacturing on hair oil, right? Absolutely, that's possible, Pankilji. Now, you have a product as a hair. Now, you need to design a program why they should believe that they want to go through your program. Now, there is some layer which you need to create, which is possible. That's what I said. Okay. Now, this is, if you go through this program, you will get that idea. Now, at least how can you go about this program? Okay. Now, this is possible. How? Now, you're asking how you can go online. Yes. I think I said it. I'm just repeating it. You have a product on right, hair oil. Now you want to reach out to end customer. There is something in between you need to build in the internet world. You will get exposed to all these things, systems and procedures and tools and techniques. Through this you will be doing all this service to your end customers. That's possible. Pankil, I think I answered your question. Yeah. Any other questions? Okay. I hope you got the point, right, Pankil? Yeah. Chetan, thanks and congratulations, Chetan, for taking that significant decision. Good night, Shatre. Good night. Last another 2 minutes to go in case if you're making payment and sharing here, fantastic. Otherwise, you have till 12 o'clock in the night. If you're still some jittery in your mind, think through, and if it make use of this time very worthwhile for yourself, and you can make payments. If in case if you're facing, some people just mentioned maybe facing some payment problem here and there, and we'll be training you to go through a webinar itself. No. This is not webinar through. Now you will have access. All the videos are stored in one place. I'm giving you access to that. Whenever you have time, you just log in and watch those videos, and that's it. No webinars. Okay. Now, once you go through the whole program, probably you may have some questions. We are going to be in communication through this WhatsApp group also. So I'll be there. So in case we will be in touch with. In case if you have any things. I hope I answered that question. Okay, now Dr. Sundar Gore, yes, I think you are trying to make the payment. Yes, I'm going to wait for you. Okay, and I need improvement in business skills. Are you covering this? Okay, see, business. No, this program is not business skill improvement point of view, dear Chetan. Now you need to tell me what is that business, what is that you are experienced in. Let me understand. I'll try to this is a vague question for me unless I know about yourself. Right now, what is that field you are into? Marketing, business? Yes, you need a business skill. That means you are a business owner, I'm guessing. Mechanical design service provider. Okay. Yes. Now, business skill. Yeah. To answer to you is business skills and all that. No, at this moment, that is not my focus at all. So I'm here to help people to design the program digitally so that they can offer to the world. Now, since you are into, let's say, mechanical design, right? Now, you might say, I'm the master in mechanical design things. Now, can you teach mechanical design aspects to people who are your customers or anybody like that? Now, if your answer is yes, then I can really help you in this case. Dr. Sundar, congratulations for taking that decision, and I really appreciate, and thank you so much. Okay, so as I said, you are going to share the screenshot of your payment done in the group so that it really I can identify you. And Ravi Kumar, done payment. Yes, Ravi Kumar, congratulations once again for you also, and I really appreciate for taking that decision for yourself. Okay, so Chetan, I believe I I don't know whether it how far the convincing answer was for the you, and but I would say now, you say if you are a master of design, if you believe that the sharing of design, what best things, how people can also learn out of you, then you can design the program. That's where I can. Now, in the process, okay, there is a business skill now, how you are going to market your product. Also important, right? Because you are into service provider. Now, there is another program, this subsequent, the first layer, which I introduced to you. If you're really interested, then you need to market your services and to the people, right? To your end customers. How are you going to do it? That is also one area you are going to get exposed to. How you will design this program to tell why any service you are giving as a service for mechanical design, right? Why your end customer should how do you really influence your end customer by designing something and giving the way penetrating him and making influencing him the way you really want them to. If you're looking for that, if you think that you can really explore, and it is worth exploring for yourself, and I don't think the amount is not that big to explore on this front. I hope I really answered your question. So Dr. Sundar, payment done. Yes, you confirmed that. Yes, thanks, and congratulations for taking that decision. And Chetan, yes, you got it right. Thank you. Yeah, I think I can see Ravi Kumar. Yes, Ravi Kumar, congratulations, and thank you so much. And I'm just waiting for anybody is again still, I believe. Thanks, hope it works for me. Dr. Sundar, yes, explore. I believe there is something which you need to expose to. We are going to talk also. That time we will make it a lot of clarity, because as a doctor, there is something which you need to really offer to the world in a different perspective altogether to really value add that. Okay, now that's you are going to get the real value out of it. It's okay. So that's going to work for you. That's what I believe so. Okay. Okay, and thanks, Chetan, for confirming that it really value added. This presentation was really, I was very clear in whatever I really wanted to confirm. Okay, Milind Kulkarni confirmed right now, paid. Fantastic, thank you. And congratulations, Milind. Again, I really appreciate for that significant decision of your life, and it's going to be worth of your time, I'm telling you. Okay. Fantastic. I think still people are trying to pay and all that. Whoever pays, just they can log off now. Okay. And as I earlier said in the group, just keep on, share the screenshot of your payment so that I can easily identify. In case if I'm missing, by the way, okay, in case if I'm missing anybody, just offline, just come back to me so that I'll check and verify, and then I can give you the access. Okay. Thank you, Milinji. Good night. Yeah, Ravi Kumar says this, send the process and how to log in. Yes, you are going to get the email. Okay, it's very, very simple. The moment you go there, it will ask you to create your login password. Okay, login name can be your Ravi Kumar, and the password can be your own password, whatever you said. That's it. straight away you're going to go, you will directly access the programs. In case if you face any problems, I'm there for you. Don't worry about it. I hope Ravi Kumar, I answered the question. Yeah, thank you. Okay, I'm still waiting. There are people I believe now still trying to do some kind of a payment. That's what I see here, unless you have any questions. Okay, and please feel free to ask questions. Okay, till I'm here to answer any questions that is coming. I'm just looking at the chat box here. Yes, देवा साहब कसं वाटलं प्रेझेंटेशन? बरंच दिवस झालं आपण बोललो नाही. थँक यू. मी फोन करतो तुम्हाला, आपण बोलू. बरंच दिवस झाला आमचं बोलणं नाही झालंय. Yeah, thanks for that feedback, Deva Saab. I really appreciate. Okay, so last another 2 minutes of time. I'm just going to end this webinar. So in case now you already got the link, in case if I cut down this webinar, if I end this webinar, so you have the link with you, you can just make the payment out in the later stage, and you can just share the screenshot. I'm just repeating just to make sure you are getting the message out of it. Okay. Now, Kiran, Ravi Kumar, if you're done, then you can just log off. Chetan, you can log off. And anybody, Kiran, Bakshi, do you have any questions? Just let me know. Otherwise, in another 1 minute time, I'm just going to end this webinar session. Okay, guy, another 30 minutes. I'm just waiting. When the link will be sent. Okay, Kiran, maybe tomorrow I'll try and make sure that you will get that link. Okay, so if not tomorrow, day after tomorrow, but 99% you are going to get it tomorrow. That's what that's for sure. Okay. Yeah, Kiran, now you can just log off now, and so that now it's, I think time is over, as I said. So thank you so much for everyone for being participative and giving me that feedback also. Thank you so much, and good night. See you. And in case if you have any questions, I'm there in the WhatsApp, and you can just get in touch with me so that I'm there for you. Okay. Thank you very much, and good night.